Welcome back, everybody, to another Saturday on the Saints stream. Rocket League going to be taking up the weekend once again with a new qualifier, I guess not qualifier, a new tournament to come and compete in. We got the OCRS Winter Cup here. It's going to be an Ontario League, a lot of Canadian teams coming into this one. And they're pretty much competing for just some small prizing, some cash, some Logitech gear, just a couple prizing spots up there. But we've got a special start today because Varsity, while we are going to be following their run mostly today, they do have a bye in that first round, so we are going to be picking up Academy's first game here up against Concordia Maroon.
Yeah, this might be our first Academy game, at least on stream this semester. I think first Rocket League, definitely, and maybe the first Academy stream, we have that dripped out red overlay. But yeah, definitely, something we don't usually see that often. But yeah, OCRS basically beginning of the semester, just a fun tournament with some cash prizing on the line. I think some Logitech peripherals go to first place, second, and third. I think it's in prize money as well. That's what Christian and some of the guys were saying. So just something fun to get involved. It's an all-Canadian tournament, even though it is Ontario. We saw University of Montreal going to be one of those top teams as well. Yeah, UBC.
There.
A lot of these other Canadian teams. So OCRS, the name not necessarily going to mean the accurate thing, but the best teams in Canada basically coming here to square off, hopefully win some money. And obviously, Saturday's always for Rocket League, it seems.
Yeah, and we actually do have an interesting bracket ahead of us today as well. The Academy team coming up against Concordia. Should they win this match coming up in that next round, they could face, I believe it was Fanshawe or UBC there.
Yep.
And then should they win that next game as well as Saints Varsity win their first game, there will be a Saints Varsity versus Saints Academy here in this bracket. So theoretically, it is possible Saints have that first bye as we talked about, and I believe their chances are coming up against UDEM, so University de Montreal there, and I'm blanking on that other one. I believe it was another club, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah, I can't remember exactly. UDEM, though, is going to be, I believe, we're guessing it's the club team of University de Montreal,
there's two of them in the bracket.
Yeah, and talking to the guys before, if you remember Esports Nationals, that University of Montreal team was the team that the Saints did see in the finale. It was the team they expected to see in the finale. They're familiar with these guys. They played a bunch of them against like tons of times. Spoods was talking about it earlier as well. So a lot of familiarity in this bracket, especially going over the next 2 days. A lot of these teams, though, should be ready, hopefully getting on the pitch here. Looks like some of these players just about to load in. But as we said, we could have that coveted Academy versus Varsity match. It has escaped us the last couple times in CCA. Hasn't really lined too well in a lot of these other esports. Today, though, a very, very strong chance to hopefully get it.
Yeah, it's been possible before. I think today, probably the most likely. I mean, can't not be excited about that. It's just a fun thing to come in through stream. And then, of course, you get to see the two. It's almost like a friendly rivalry, but that a team wants to come and show up as well. Yeah,
me and Josh can have a red and green jersey split right down the middle. Like the football players. Like the two guys in the Super Bowl, the Kelsey brothers, their mom has to wear the split Eagles and Chiefs jersey. Basically going to be that same thing there. But that being said, we are now getting onto the pitch here. Looking to see what the names of these players are going to be. We're going to see Clumsy, Mac and Cheese, it looks like, and Bardo for the side of Concordia. And I believe it's going to be Nitrix Descent and potentially have to see that third name.
Brisk.
I thought it'd be Brisk. Is going to be Brisk for that Academy lineup.
Yeah, speaking of Brisk, he's going to pick up the ball here in the corner, send it high. Descent down there could be there for the follow-up, but Clumsy, that's a good clear off the backboard as well. No follow-up on that from the team, but Mac and Cheese getting in there, contesting that ball up against Nitrix.
Yeah, Nitrix going to go into that opposing corner. Going to find that bump over onto Clumsy. The shot's going to be good. Bardo, though, going to kick that one away. Descent trying to bury this one back into that far side corner. See if the Saints can get some kind of rotation here. Nitrix, touch off the backboard. Not going to be good to land that one home. Bardo, second touch out of the defensive side here. Seeing what he can try to cook up back the other way. Nitrix, though, going to be the one to make the play. Double touch on the ball. Descent there for the follow. And a pretty wicked goal explosion, too. Lava and brimstone all over the place. But all that being said, the Saints do hold that 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I missed the part where these things started literally like
I've not seen that before.
The stadium.
Oh my goodness. Rocket League getting advancements. Jeez.
Didn't know we joined a different dimension there for a sec as a double touch comes through. A great passing play from Nitrix there. Bounce off the wall, send it to Descent. That could be tricky for this Academy side, though. Leaving that ball in front of their net for a little bit too long there. Nobody seemed to want to follow up on that one, however, from either team there. It kind of just bounces in, but bounces from the top. Brisk. There's the second touch on that one. Nitrix and Brisk. Nitrix, 2 assists now on this team, really setting up Brisk and Descent for these goals.
Yeah, beautiful job coming down from the skies. They're going to lay that one up on a platter for Brisk to knock that one home now. But a minute and a half into this game so far, the Academy team off to a very, very hot start. They didn't get that first round bye, so they're going to have to play those couple extra games. You have to dig through those early part of the trenches. They're going to get a decent shot on net there, and Brisk going to be there for that follow-up once again. That's going to be 2 on the board for him, 3 on the board for Academy so far. They are getting rolling nice and early on here.
Yeah, these passes are just coming through so cleanly. It breaks past just one defender. That's all they seem to need to find. One defender, and whether it be Brisk, whether it be Descent, there is follow-up on that ball.
Yeah, Descent now going to see what he can do with this ball. Going to pass that one off to Brisk. Nitrix going to play a little bit on that backside, contest that one near that midline. Second touch going to be good there. Bardo and Brisk look like they're giving chase to it. Brisk going to go that little stop and go there. Is going to end up finding the demo onto Mac and Cheese, though. Maybe making that 5-head chest play. Nitrix sending that ball over to the corner. Brisk trying to get there to follow Descent. Looks like he's going to be the first man there. Ball still going to be near this middle line here. Mac and Cheese and Nitrix maybe going to go for that contest now. Nitrix going to find the pass across the crease. Ball going to go just wide of that right side post. Nitrix, the setup might be there. Double touch. Not quite on the mark. Descent just running out of boost as well. In front of the net. Very dangerous ball, though. The finish, the follow, and Brisk has 3. Make it a hat trick on the board. This Academy team off to a blistering start in game 1.
3-4-3 when it comes to shots for Brisk, and it's all off the back of this amazing team play. Great pressure every single time Nitrix gets that ball. It's set up, whether it be from the corner, whether it be dropping down from the backboard. It is right there, just waiting for Brisk or Descent to pop that boost, fly in, and nail the back of that net.
Yeah, the Saints look like they want to find maybe a couple more goals here, trying to get something going back the other way. Concordia just not really able to get it out of that defensive zone, and we know how tricky it can be when you're stuck on that back foot trying to play defense. You don't really get a chance to flex those offensive muscles now. They might have a decent little shot here. Ball did go across that goal line, not really able to find that follow-through shot, though. Now back to this orange side. Nitrix, he's been the one to set up every play so far. Clumsy, though, going to send him for a ride up the wall for the time being. Ball going to land in front of that Saints net. Concordia kind of swarming now. Not really able to find those solidified chances, though. Unlucky bounce the other way. Luckily, going to be there to knock that one away. Just 2 minutes left in this game. Concordia still trying to find a way on the board.
Concordia definitely feeling the results of that drive there, where they spent about 45 seconds in front of that Academy net there, but just could not find those shots, could not nail a goal. And now the time's running down. You're pre-2 minutes, you're below 2 minutes here, and you're still looking at that shutout on the board. Saints Academy playing some great keep away and just basic pressure, but solid pressure.
Yeah, just super good, fundamental, clean Rocket League, not making any mistakes, setting up teammates for great passes. Good job by Bardo there. Take that one, stop that double touch before it can really materialize. Descent now going to see what he can cook up in this far left corner. Clumsy going to be the first one to play that one. Nice little flick toward that midline, but Nitrix going to be there to read it. Bardo there for the answer. Brisk not going to get as much of the ball as he was hoping for there. Maybe they can make a play now, Concordia. Mac and Cheese, maybe the fake out. Bardo with the pass, the shot. Just going to be high and wide of that mark. The right idea, just a little bit off-timed in that execution. They're going to get a demo back the other way. Maybe they can get some pressure once again. Starting to swarm just a little bit. Clumsy once again, just a little bit off the mark.
Just ever so slightly off with those angles. Not the shots Clumsy wants to hit, but I'm noticing a slight change in this Concordia defense, going for a lot more contests. Pop it off someone's nose. Clumsy scores a nice lob all the way from this other side here, or straight from the air, actually.
Yeah, from the air to the back of the net. If you're Concordia, getting that one on the board, even though it's at the end of the game, gotta feel good. You don't want to go into game 2, losing 3-4-0, not really having anything that went your way, especially in these best of 3s. You don't really have any time to try to get back in this series. You got 10 minutes potentially to play your best Rocket League. They're going to hope to try to bring this momentum into that second game, see if they can build off it, and try to find anything else and make game 2 a little more competitive.
Yeah, and you've realized the Saints Academy here slowed down so much since Clumsy and Bravo have just started bumping Nitrix at all opportunities. They realize he's kind of the setup player on the team. He's going to sit in the corner, bide his time, and just keep popping that ball up, get it in that perfect position. Now you put a little pressure on him, and the tides have already flipped. Concordia in this zone game, I mean, the time's too little for them, but you see these slight, minute adjustments. You bring those into game 2. That's the reason we play sets here, right? It's about those adjustments. It's about moving on in the set.
And game one is typically one of those games that's usually either neck and neck down to the wire overtime, or it's a little bit lopsided, especially against
100%.
teams. These Canadian teams, they're familiar with each other, but we're not playing these same teams week by week. You have to wait till those NECC schedules line up. So a lot of these teams, you're not really going to have a lot of film on or necessarily know who's going to be playing or anything like that. So you got to get that first game, feel things out. But in that best of three, like I said, if you're Concordia, you maybe have 5 more minutes to figure it out.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've only got one more game here. Has that like insurance policy. Best of 3, Saints Academy already found themselves on match point.
Yeah.
Concordia, if you play exactly like they did in that last minute of the game, I mean, you got to play it for 5 minutes straight. You definitely can't let any of those early setups that Saints Academy were just able to get off with no contention, really. It's just going to be all about, like, shut them down. Don't let them get aggressive, because the second that ball gets rolling, we all know how it ends.
Yeah, that snowball gets larger and larger and larger. Concordia trying to stop that snowball right now. Should be getting into the pitch here for game number 2. The Saints, one game away, the Academy team rather, off taking out Concordia, sending them down to that loser's bracket, trying to inch their way one step closer to that coveted potential varsity matchup, but they still have to get through this Concordia Maroon squad. They played a much better second half of that game 1. Now, though, can they work it into game 2? And they will do just that. 17 seconds in. All it's going to take Bardo to get one on the board.
It's these lob shots. Saints Academy, a little pinch there as well, straight off the ceiling. Clumsy right there for the follow-up, just in case as well. A very, very aggressive start from Concordia here, but found yourself that 1-0 lead. Going to feel a lot better here in game 2 moving on.
Yeah, I was going to say, getting off to a hot start, definitely something they want to have on the agenda as well. You don't want to fall behind 2-3-0. Yes, you can play a spectacular 2.5 minutes and get back in the game, but it's a lot easier to play from 1-0 than down 3. Now you can, you can play a little bit more loosely on offense. Maybe you got a couple things going now. You're not going to feel as trapped in that back end. You're not going to be, not that you were scared of the Saints before, you're not going to be feeling any type of intimidation. You can just go play your game, try to get these goals back. Beautiful job, though, up and under Brisk. Going to sneak that one underneath the defender. Get a demo for his trouble as well. And who else but Nitrix on that setup once again. Just a phenomenal job to slide that one right between.
Yeah, it's this chemistry coming through with these passes. It's the pixel perfect passes for some of these angles. Brisk, that's not necessarily an angle you see a lot of players hitting, but he finds that flip, that tiny little
demo
necessary. There it is. 2 goals in a matter of 40 seconds for Saints Academy here.
That demo's got to feel it right in the heart and soul. This is a classic play we see in Rocket League so often. Send one with the ball, the other merely a distraction, a form of bruising that other opponent. The Saints Academy team, 2 goals in this last 35 seconds now, and that momentum that Concordia had immediately going to be stunted. Lots of time left, though, for both of these teams to try to make amends.
Yeah, definitely just got to not let that one hit your mental, especially with so much time left in the game. Nitrix almost hits a slow one there, but it's just going to roll straight past the goal line. Brisk out of the game for a few seconds. Going to give Concordia a bit of time to breathe, but not too much if Nitrix is going to keep setting these up. The second Nitrix gets in the air with that ball, you got to start eyeing Descent. You got to start eyeing Brisk, but right now you got to start eyeing Concordia because 2 Saints were down. Already back up, though. Those demos not followed up on swiftly enough.
Yeah, not often you see a double demo in your side of the field and you end up escaping, not giving up a goal, only giving up 1 shot attempt as well. The Saints kind of getting a lucky break. The ball was already kind of going off Keeter there. This ball now dangerously in front of that Concordia net Descent. Going to try to get those bumps going back the other way. Give him that mutual feeling. He is going to find that demo in front of the net. Nitrix going to have 2 members there for the challenge. Not going to be able to win out that one. Descent sending that one back toward the net. It will roll its way all the way into the backside of it. The Academy team once again picking up a goal on the sheet there. Descent going to be the one to knock that one home, and that 1-0 deficit seems like lifetimes ago.
What is this goal explosion?
It's wicked, man.
It just turns like
so
the entire
cool.
field into a Doom level.
It's like God of War. I want to know what expansion pack that is and see how much money it is for work purposes, of course.
For work purposes.
Yeah, research. I have to investigate the lines and the setup and everything. So far, though, Concordia trying to get something set up offensively here. They had that one flash of brilliance super early on in the game. Oh, that second touch is beautiful. The follow-through not going to be found, though. Nitrix was there to help defend that one away. Now he's going to take to the air. Going to run out of boost just at the last second. That little pinch,
Great
though.
save.
Yeah, that little pinch shot, fantastic. Even better save by Bardo there. Concordia still not ready to give up on this one.
Oh, there's the lobber. This one's worked before. Nitrix, though, 100 boosts in hand, able to just follow up on that ball. Now, here's the setup to come through to the middle, Descent out to the corner. Nitrix, he's right behind Descent here, waiting for that follow-up. Both these players kind of just playing half. Saints Academy, they have a big enough lead now where they can play a little slower, but you can't let that lead run away from you, especially if you play risky like that. Descent makes it back just in time, though.
Yeah, that little pinch almost going to be on target for this Academy team as well. Descent trying to get it over the middle there. That was a beautiful setup. Both of those Saints members hungry to find that fourth goal, go flying across the screen there. Concordia maybe going to have some chance at a counterattack. Nitrix going to be going a little bit too fast there. Not going to be able to find that pinch. Net going to be open, but Descent making a fantastic play to stop that one before it can really get going. Now it's going to be Brisk and Nitrix on the back line, trying to see if they can keep this ball out of their end for the time being. They only have a little bit of time left to kill. $122, all that remains between them and this first round win over Concordia. Concordia, they are swarming, they are flying, they are trying anything they can to find a way to put this ball in the net. Right now, though, just falling a little bit short. A minute left now to play.
Is Brisk the smartest person alive? He just completely stopped and Bardo flies over the ball right by him and gives them this offensive opportunity. Brisk from the middle, no boost. Can't find the right angle on that, but at this point, he can kind of just play keep away. Every time Brisk has that ball, he's taking it slow, at a snail's pace, waiting for Nitrix to set this one up. It would look like it was good in the air, but a great save from Bardo there. Been a key defensive player for Concordia, but when it comes down to it, in the end of the series, Saints Academy looking to be just a little bit ahead of Concordia today.
Yeah, only 25 seconds to go. 2 goals, definitely possible. You're going to need one fast. However, that one goes the length of the pitch. It's going to end up in the back of the net, though. Bardo,
they're still in this
from
game.
Way downtown, they are absolutely in this game. It only takes a couple seconds to net one home. Ball off the post. Very, very tough read for Nitrix there. You got that one coming at you. Last second, you see the Dragons. You see the second goal on the board. 20 seconds left for Concordia to try to dig their way back in this one. Find the equalizer. They started this game 1-0, just 17 seconds in. Struggled for that mid part. Now they have one last chance to try to send this one to overtime.
Clumsy pops it over towards the middle, but it's
no.
too far away. The save is good, but the time is not. This ball waiting to hit the ground. Technically, this rally could be alive, but pops off. I believe it was Clumsy there at the end, and a 2-0 comes through for Saints Academy. 1 game away now in this same bracket. We are going to be having Varsity and Academy playing at the same time coming up here once all these first rounds are done. But as usual, we are going to throw it to a quick little break, get you all ready, and we will be back with Saints Varsity's first game here in this OCRS Winter Cup.